Would I be an influencer if I didn't have my mic attached to something silly, such as my Awala bottle? Get into it. That's hilarious. Come on, be serious. That's hilarious. It's got really cool stickers. Here's lovely Bristol Bagel Works. Fantastic place to get a bagel. And then I Fought the Dragon D&D sticker for free RPG day. Hell yeah. That guy's cool. Anyways, this is not a sticker tour. This video is me delving into my other hobbies other than getting healthy and trying to speak motivationally to you. This is my attempt at making videos about things that I enjoy other than those things. So I really wanted to talk to you about my interest in all things fantasy. I have learned within the last year that I really enjoy all things fantasy, whether that be Dungeons and Dragons, whether that be Lord of the Rings and those type of movies. And most recently, I've realized that I really enjoy fantasy genre reading. It's kind of been the only thing that I've been reading for the last year. It started out with me reading the Harry Potter series. Don't worry, I thrifted all my books. Those who know. I've been kind of branching out into different fantasy books that I've gotten off of Book Talk, and it's been really enjoyable. The most recent series that I've been getting into is called Dungeon Crawler Carl. Now, I've seen a lot of hype for it on Book Talk as well as YouTube, and that's where I got the recommendation, and it has been such a joy to read. I'm currently on the 3rd book, and I'd love to show you the book. All of the books the artwork is incredible. They just look so enticing. So this is the 3rd book. This is the Dungeons Anarchist Cookbook. And I've had people come up to me and ask me what I'm reading. I was at a coffee shop one day, and the girl, as I was checking out, I had my book in my hand, and the girl was like, "Anarchy? Dungeons and Dragons? I'm in." And I was like, "Hell yeah. Get into it." Yeah, but they're pretty hefty sized books, but they're really, really good. This is the 3rd one. I've read the first one, which is called Dungeon Crawler Carl, and then the second one is called Carl's Doomsday Scenario. I believe that there's 8 books. There may only be 6 right now, but 8 is planned. I'm not sure, but I've been getting them from the library, and I've just really, really enjoyed them. The Dungeon Crawler Carl series is written by Matt Dinniman. Something that I recently learned about Matt Dinniman is that he doesn't actually plan these books out. He almost as if he was playing in Dungeons and Dragons campaign. He doesn't do a lot of planning. He just interacts with the world, and as the books come out, he writes them. And he thinks more, he doesn't come in with a plan. I just think that's so incredible. They're funny, but they're deep. And I'm going to get into that in just a minute here. So Dungeon Crawler Carl, it is a LitRPG. If you don't know what that is, it just means that it's literature in role-playing game form. So just think Dungeons and Dragons in book form. So imagine you're playing Baldur's Gate 3 and you're reading it. It's very similar to that. It's a lot of fun. You're not necessarily making the choices if you were the one playing the character, but you are reading from Carl's perspective, and he is the character in the game, essentially. It's a game. It's not a game, but it is a game. It's all about Carl and his girlfriend's cat, Donut. And the cool thing about Donut is she is a cat who can speak. And she didn't used to speak, but essentially what happened to them is there was an apocalyptic type event of an alien invasion, and it destroyed the world as they knew it. All of the buildings collapsed, and only those that were outside made it out alive, and they were forced to go into this dungeon-style setting under the ground. There are levels, there's different floors that they have to make it through, where they are encountering all types of monsters and creatures, just like you would see in Dungeons and Dragons. When they get to level 3, I believe, they get to choose their race and their class. And that just means that, well, Carl is a human, and Donut is a cat, so if they decide that they want to stay a human and a cat, they can do so, but they are able to change that if they want to. So for instance, let's say I play D&D, so I play an elf druid. That's my race, that's my class, and that's what I play as. That gives me spellcasting abilities, it gives me magic that interacts with the world and nature. And so, yeah, that's essentially what they get to do. They get to choose that. And it's so cool seeing the decisions that they go through, the way that they are playing the game to try to make it out alive. A lot of those decisions go into them choosing their race and their class. And Princess Donut she's a princess because she was a show cat when she was on Earth, and she truly believes that she is royalty. Now, there is an audiobook that is supposedly really, really good. I've only listened to clips of it. I've been reading these, just kind of raw dogging them. I really enjoyed that. I may try for the next book or one of the last books read with the audiobook, but apparently Jeff Hayes is the narrator of the audiobook and he does an incredible job. That being said, Donut's voice is this really posh British accent, and it's incredible. It's like perfect for who she is. That's just who she is. She speaks very like with such poise. It's very funny. She looks at Carl almost as like my little peasant, and that's kind of their dynamic. At first you kind of think, oh, like, oh, it's just like his girlfriend's cat, but then you realize like they do have a strong bond. Dungeon Crawler Carl is funny, it's emotional, and each book gets better. It's truly, on the surface, it seems like it's not a very deep book series, but there are so many moments where you can see such character development, and it's really interesting to go on that journey with them and see how they survive despite the world falling to crap. Like, it's those really sweet moments where you get to see either their past and like things of like Carl's childhood. You just get to see that character development and the interpersonal relationships that they have with other crawlers as well. It's very fun. If you're in a reading funk, I definitely think this is something that you could pick up and it could get you back in the game. It's very readable. It's an easy read. There's a lot of dialogue, so you're just kind of reading the back and forth conversations between different NPCs or PCs, non-player characters and player characters. Yeah, I think that if you have a hard time with reading right now, I think this will grab your attention quick enough and keep you locked in. There's so many funny moments that there's so many nods to pop culture. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is one scene where it's a monster and it's called the Juicer, and he's essentially a gym rat, and he's all like juiced up, and like he's like this huge, like, I forget what race he was. I want to say hobgoblin, but I don't remember. But it's like so funny, like that he adds all these little nods to pop culture. But because of that, it's very easy to keep you captivated, keep you locked in, and I think that you'll breeze through the pages pretty easily. I think that if you're a D&D player, I think that you'll love these books. I'm sure a lot of the D&D community already knows about these books, but yeah, I think if you like D&D, if you love role-playing games, I think that you'll really enjoy these. It's a lot of the same fantasy type creatures and monsters, and they're on a quest to make it out of this dungeon. I think you'll enjoy it. I think the biggest thing that Matt does with this book is it's not too cheesy, but it does have a lot of funny moments. I think a big reason to pick up these books is because it's a series and you're not just one and done. I think it's really, I'm like excited. When I get towards the end of the book, I'm already putting the next book on hold at the library, and I think that's just really cool. Like, and I think that is exciting. Like, I'm happy that I'm only on book 3 and there's several more to go, and I think that he's still writing. So if you're looking for your next book series, I think go for it. If you're into fantasy in any capacity, I think that you'll enjoy it. I've heard a lot of different reviews where people are saying that they weren't even into fantasy or lit RPGs and they really enjoyed the book. So give it a try. I think it's fun, it's exciting, it's got depth to it, it's got character development. What more could you want from a book? So go check it out. Thank you so much for for sitting here and listening to me yap about this book. I want to do more videos like this where I'm just talking about all things fantasy and TTRPGs. So be on the lookout for that if you're into that kind of thing. Shout out to my Awala bottle for keeping it real with me this entire time. Yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you would, please just comment, subscribe, all of those things. We're new at doing this, and so I'm trying to get my bearings here and figuring out what I want to post as well as what other people will like. So give me a comment, let me know if you enjoyed the video, let me know what other things you'd like me to talk about in the fantasy TTRPG realm, and I'll catch you on the next one.